A good day. So I want you to look at the sentences of the screen or on the screen. What do you think is the meaning of the first sentence? Miss Bautista.
The meaning of the first sentence is the speaker wants a popcorn and pizza.
Okay, very good. Thank you. What about the second sentence? Or how about the other one? Miss Kabigao?
Um, I think the meaning of the second sentence is the speaker wants either a popcorn or a pizza.
Okay, thank you. So now, what are the words that changes the meaning of the sentences? What particular words? How about Miss Kabigao again?
And or.
Okay, very good. How about what do you think or what part of speech are those words? Miss Bautista.
I think it is a linking verb.
Okay, very good. Linking verbs or conjunctions. Okay. So these are conjunctions, and conjunctions are words that link or join together two words, phrases, or clauses with equal importance. So these sentences prove that conjunctions are indeed important because it changes the meaning of a sentence, and each conjunctions have different ways of usage. So in this sentence, take a look at the first sentence. And is used. Because and is used to link two things that are the same. You use and to connect two things that are equal or connected to each other. So in this sentence, the speaker both wants food, which is basically the popcorn and pizza. So in using conjunctions, we also used comma before the conjunction, usually. But that only applies if you are using or if you are constructing two independent clauses. So for example, I had jet lag or I had a jet lag and I was too tired to get up. So what are the two independent clauses in those sentence or in that sentence? I had jet lag. I was too tired to get up. So I had jet lag and I was too tired to get up is connected by the word or the conjunction and. So basically, before the word and, you use comma. I had jet lag, comma, and I was too tired to get up. Okay. On the other hand, or is used when you are choosing between options, and if you are choosing between options, either it's two things or more than two. So in this sentence, the role of or is to introduce the other option, which is pizza. So the speaker neither wants popcorn or pizza. So let's proceed to the next slide. Okay. So is this familiar to you? Do you remember the meaning of each letter in this, what we call the mnemonic device?
Yes,
Miss,
sir.
thank you. Miss Bautista, can you enumerate the meaning?
Um, fanboys, F for and A
Okay.
for and, N for north, B for but, O for or, and Y is for yet, S is for so. Am
Okay,
I right,
very
sir?
good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Bautista. So F is for, A is and is nor, B is but, O is or, Y is yet, and S is so. So now, let us answer this activity together. So I will call one participant or one student for each number. So number one, all you have to do in this activity is there are two sentences in each number and you have to connect them or link them together by choosing the appropriate conjunction. So number one, Miss Kabigaw, can you answer number one? Can you read it as well?
Number 1. Lenny was tired. She was happy. My answer is Lenny was tired, but she was happy.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Miss Kabigaw. So, but you use but to join a positive statement to a negative statement. So, for example, in this sentence, the positive statement is Lenny was tired, but Lenny was tired is the negative statement, but she was happy. So, she was happy is the positive statement. So, if you can see or if you thought of it, you can actually use yet. But for me, but or the conjunction but is more powerful than in this sentence than the conjunction yet. So how about number two? Miss Bautista, can you answer and as well read the sentence?
Number 2, Arthur had everything he wanted. He felt empty. My answer po is Arthur had everything he wanted, yet he felt empty.
Okay, thank you, Miss Bautista. So, yet it is used when something happens in spite of something else, or when something is true, even though it seems to contradict something else. So, in this case, Arthur had everything, although he had everything he wanted, yet he felt empty inside. So, number three, Miss Kabigaw, can you answer number three?
Number 3. Ken had no one to rely on. He worked harder than everyone on the team. My answer is Ken had no one to rely on, so he worked harder than everyone on the team.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Miss Kabigaw. So you use so when you are stating or when you are constructing a sentence that implies a reason or it results to something. So for example, in this one, Ken had no one to rely on, so he worked harder than everyone on the team. How about number four, Miss Bautista?
Number 4, Giselle is young. She is eager to learn. My answer po is Giselle is young and she is eager to learn.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Miss Bautista. So again, the conjunction and connects two clauses that are basically similar. So in this case, Giselle is young and she is eager to learn. So if you use other conjunctions, there is no appropriate, or I think there is no much better than using the conjunction and in this sentence. So let's have number five. Miss Kabigaw, can you answer number five?
Number 5. Clarita didn't want to waste her time. She didn't want to waste this opportunity. My answer is Clarita didn't want to waste her time, nor she didn't want to waste this opportunity.
Okay, very good. Okay. So let me correct. But you're right that this sentence uses the conjunction nor. But the correct answer is Clarita didn't want to waste her time, nor did she want to waste this opportunity. So, nor shows that two or more than two things are not true or do not happen. So, after the word or the conjunction nor, use a positive form of verb. So, and then invert the verb. So as for this sentence, just like I have mentioned a while ago, I changed she didn't to nor did she want to waste this opportunity. So this first independent clause is a positive statement, and then I mean a negative statement because of the word didn't. And then the second statement, for you to be able to use nor appropriately, you need to change didn't to did. So basically, and then you need to invert it. So did and she, you need to interchange their position. So it results to nor did she want to waste this opportunity. Okay, what about number 6, Miss Bautista?
Number 6, we can stay and sort it out. You can leave. My answer po is, we can stay and sort it out, or you can leave.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Miss Bautista. So again, the conjunction or is most often used to list two or more choices of alternatives. So in this case, the speaker wants it's either the speaker wants the person that he or she is talking to stay and sort it out, or that person can just leave. What about number 7, the last number, Miss Kabigao?
Number 7, Rowena helps support this team. She believes in our cause. My answer is Rowena helps support this team for she believes in our cause.
Okay, very good, Miss Kabigao. Thank you. So the conjunction for is like the substitution for the word because. Rowena helps support this team for she believes in our cause. So take a look at these two sentences again. So what do you think is the meaning of the first sentence? Miss Kabigao.
Uh, I think the meaning of the first sentence is the speaker called the company to file a complaint.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much, Miss Kabiga. How about Miss Bautista for the second sentence? What do you think is the meaning of the sentence?
I'm not sure with my answer, but I will try. Um, I think the speaker called the company before the filing the complaints against the person he is talking about or referring to.
Okay, thank you, Miss Bautista. Excellent. Okay, so what do you think are the words, or just like a while ago, what do you think are the words that changes the meaning of each sentence? Miss Kabigao?
The words that change the meaning in the sentence are phrase pala yung isa. Are in order to and before.
Okay, thank you very much. So these are what we call the subordinating conjunction. So take a note, the first conjunctions, or the first few conjunctions that we have tackled, which is we also call the fan voice. Those are what we call the connecting or coordinating conjunctions. How, on the other hand, this one, in order to and before, those are under the subordinating conjunction. So subordinating conjunction connects a dependent clause, and a dependent clause is a clause that cannot be written as a separate sentence, or it cannot stand alone. It is paired with an independent clause. So in this case, the conjunction or the subordinating conjunction in order to, it is usually used to express the purpose of something. So it introduces a subordinate clause. So for example, he called the company because he wanted to complain something. So in order to complain something, he called the company. So on the other hand, before, it is used or it suggests that second event happened sooner or happened soon after the first one. So for example, in this case, so he called the company before he complains. So he called the company first before complaining. So basically, calling the company is his first move before complaining. So let's proceed to the next slide. Okay, so there are other conjunctions or uses of conjunctions that describes relationships between two words, phrases, or clauses. So here are the other variety of relationship or other variety of conjunctions under different relationship that we can use to construct a sentence. So for example, if you are constructing a sentence that shows condition, you can use this conjunctions. That if you're constructing a sentence that you wanted to tackle about time, you can use these conjunctions and so on and so forth. So I wanted you to answer again this activity using the subordinating clause. So what you will have to do is just to connect these two sentences or clauses with or by connecting it using the appropriate subordinating conjunction. So what about Miss Bautista for number 1?
Number one, I will have tea, coffee. My answer po is, I will have tea rather than coffee.
Okay, thank you, Miss Bautista. So rather than, very good. So we use rather than to give more importance to one thing when two alternatives or preferences or options are being compared. So in this case, in this sentence, the two things that are being compared are the tea and coffee. So the person, rather than having coffee, he will have tea because he preferred maybe to drink tea rather than coffee. How about number 2, Miss Kabigao?
Number 2, James lived with his parents. He was 25. My answer is James lived with his parents till he was 25.
Okay, very good. So till means the same thing as until, but they are not the same. So till is not an abbreviation of until. It's actually older than until, and it should not be written with an apostrophe because there are students whom I know that uses apostrophe before the word till. So you only use a apostrophe when the spelling is till. Okay, so till, it shows or exhibits time. So in this case, James lived with his parents till he was 25. So James lived with his parents not until, no, I mean, he was living with his parents till he was 25. So after 25, maybe James moved on and be independent. He maybe rented an apartment or something like that. So how about number 3, Miss Bautista?
Number three, Roy has improved. He began studying. My answer is, Roy has improved since he began studying.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Bautista. So since we use the subordinating conjunction since when we introduce an action or an event that a point of time in the past, or that is part of a point of time in the past. So in this case, since he began studying, Roy has improved. So maybe before he was not that good at studying. That's why he is not that good in academic aspect. So how about number 4, Miss Kabigao?
Number 4. Mary closed her diary, writing that day's event. My answer is Mary closed her diary after writing that day's event.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much, Miss Kabika. So after means later than and next in time or place. So for example, in this sentence, Mary closed her diary after writing that day's event. So number 5, the last number, Miss Bautista.
Number 5. A baby deer can stand. It is born. My answer po is a baby deer can stand as soon as it is born.
Okay, thank you, Miss Bautista. So as soon as we use this subordinating conjunction to connect an action or an event to a point in time. So this, in this case, a baby deer can stand as soon as it is born. So as soon as it is born, the deer can stand already. So another example, we always have an ice cream as soon as we get to the beach. So when they get to the beach, they automatically have or buy an ice cream. Okay, so take a look at this coordinating conjunctions and subordinating conjunctions. So I will be giving this as your assignment by partner, and all you need to do is to make a coherent and appropriate sentences using this conjunction. So you will be sharing your answers next meeting. So I hope that you have learned a lot, although this is just an overview. Thank you very much for attending.
Thank you po, sir.
Thank you, sir.